Okay, but before we start today's video, a review of the 2019 Ford Raptor, we're actually going to take a look at our 2018 Ford Raptor because there have been some changes done to the 2019. However, the main modification on the 2019 in today's video is an aftermarket one. It is extremely loud. This is what a stock Raptor sounds like. Yeah, I mean, we all know the Raptor's not known for sounding very good or being loud. But that all changes in today's video. The 2019 Ford Raptor that we will be reviewing is tuned, so it has 100 more horsepower, and it has a Borla S-type exhaust with no cats. So yeah, fun video in store today. But before we take off here, I did want to give a special thanks to the sponsor of today's video, Kove speakers. If you guys follow the channel, you'll know that this is the third time I'm working with this company because this product is absolutely awesome. Let me demonstrate. So this thing is about as big as an iPhone Max, maybe a little taller. It doesn't have a million buttons either, which I love. It has an on button, gives you a nice little tone there, and that means that it's synced up to my phone. And the sound that comes out of this thing is amazing.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Alright, we'll get demonetized, but a little more. So here's the volume button. I mean, this thing is so awesome and so portable. And it also has two modes. Check this out. So one for indoor and one for outdoor. So right now we are, of course, outdoors.
Yeah. Mr. Buster, where the fuck you at? Can't scrap a lip.
You cuss so much, Dr. Dre. Sorry. So yeah, this thing has 8 hours of battery time. It also has a subwoofer underneath here, and it's just extremely portable. I love this thing. My wife uses it when she gets ready in the morning. We've used it on the beach. I've used it in the shop. It's just awesome. And the reason I'm telling you guys this is, of course, because you're a subscriber of the channel, you get a pretty awesome deal on one of these things. If you go to kovespeakers.com/AutoVlog, you get 65% off one of these. I mean, that's a hefty discount, and that's kovespeakers.com/AutoVlog. Now, when you choose to participate in one of these promos here, you of course support the channel, and that allows me to make awesome content like the video that we have in store for you guys today. So with no further ado, this is the 2019 Ford Raptor. Okay, so before we take this Raptor out on the road, we'll actually talk about some upgrades that's happened for 2019. The Raptor will be available in 3 new exterior colors: Ford Performance Blue, Velocity Blue, and a Agate Black. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly, although as we all can see here, none of those colors apply. This red, if I'm not mistaken, is still called Race Red. Now, the biggest change for 2019 is the suspension, and we all know that it was already great for the 17 and 18 models. The suspension travel is the same. It's 13.9 inches in the rear and 13 inches up front. So as we all know, Ford has worked together with Fox regarding their suspension components for many years, and for 2019, the internal bypass valve has been upgraded and is now adjustable, making the Raptor an even better ride on the road, and also improves its off-road performance. Now, this specific Ford Raptor has some modifications done to it, which makes it even more exciting. The exhaust, we will listen to that here very shortly, is definitely modified. But if we just walk up to the wheels here real quick, it does have a little beauty lip here to match the color of the truck. And we're actually going to jump inside because in our 2018 versus this 2019, there are minor changes. And also for 19, by the way, Recaro seats are available for the Ford Raptor. So we can see here, this one has the regular ones, but they are extremely comfortable. heated and cooled seats, of course. But one minor little change is that we have an electronic parking brake now on our 18. It's the foot pedal. Also a minor little change is the auto start stop button, which on a 19 sits right here. On an 18 it's over here, and it's a lot bigger. And by the way, what we did in this truck here for the owner is install the auto stop eliminator, which is absolutely amazing. Some of you guys will probably remember the video that I did a few months back on our Raptor, where I installed the auto stop eliminator module, which is super simple. It's basically like a adapter where you just open this up right here, plug it in, and you'd never have to use this button again unless you want to, because it's like a cycle where if you push it once it stays off forever. If you push it again, it goes back to the original cycle where the engine shuts off when you come to a red light. So real quick, for anyone that is interested, there is a link to that install video in the description below, and also a discount code for anyone that is interested in saving some money off the auto stop eliminator. And definitely check that out if you're interested in deleting the auto stop feature. Now while we're in here, we're going to pop the hood, because there has been some major changes underneath here. Now the powertrain for the 19 Raptor is the same as the 17s and 18s. It is the 3.5 liter twin turbocharged EcoBoost engine, V6 by the way, producing 450 horsepower and 510 pound-feet of torque. It's an absolutely amazing engine, very powerful, although it is kind of quiet. But with this truck right here, as you guys can see, we have an AFE intake. It is also tuned by Vivid Racing, so it has about 100 more horsepower and 100 pound-feet of torque more. So the already fast Raptor, I did a performance test in ours. We did 0 to 60 in 5.5 seconds. Now has 550 horsepower and over 600 pound-feet of torque. We'll get to experience this here very shortly. And before I close the hood, by the way, it has AFE catless downpipes as well, which I think that we should listen to right away. Now the truck is warm, so first we're going to take a look at a clip I recorded earlier when the truck was cold and I remote started it. Get ready for this. It is so loud! Yeah, it is by far the loudest Raptor I have ever heard in my life. It is absolutely insane on cold starts, and it actually does not sound half bad. My opinion is that you shouldn't really mess around with the Raptor's exhaust because they just can't sound good. They can become a whole lot louder, but it's still a V6 with 2 turbos. Like, it's not going to sound good. It's not a V8 Raptor, will never sound like a V8 Raptor. With that being said, we're going to start it up again with the engine being warm and see what it sounds like. Yeah, it's definitely loud with no cats and a Borla S-type exhaust connecting to the AFE downpipes. It is definitely loud. And like I said, on a cold start, it doesn't sound half bad. But out on the road, it's a matter of opinion, as you'll soon notice here. So we got Sync 3, we got heated and cooled seats. Doing a quick little overview here because, again, nothing is really new for 19, but we'll take a look at all the different drive modes here. If we push this button, and we have normal, deep snow and sand, where it shifts to 4 high. Then we have Baja mode. Rock crawl mode, it shifts to 4 low. You have to put it in neutral to do that though. Then we have slippery mode, shifts to 4A, which is very nice for launching. Tow haul mode, sport mode, and back to normal. But enough talking, let's drive it. It is so obnoxiously loud. I've never heard a Raptor that sounds like this or is this fast, at least not a V6 Raptor. I'll pull my window down here when we pull out on this street. Wow. I mean, what do you guys think? I mean, if I'm gonna be completely honest, and as I'm gonna mention here as well, the owner, Brett, from Allegheny Ford, he is actually taking these catless downpipes off and putting the stock ones back on because it sounds it sounds absolutely horrible. I mean, I don't like it. It sounds okay from outside of the truck, at least on startup, but yeah. And I mean, I'm not really knocking anybody's taste. I'm sure a lot of people are gonna think this sounds awesome. I don't. I'm used to having a V8 truck with a loud exhaust, and that sounds, of course, completely different. And I'm used to having a stock Raptor, which, you know, it is what it is. At least it's not this obnoxiously loud. At least it's funny. Now, like we mentioned earlier, it is tuned by Vivid Racing, so about 550 crank horsepower and a lot more torque. I'm actually going to put it in 4A here, which is a very nice feature to have. You don't have to put it in 4 high. It pulls so hard, man. This thing is fast. I also have my V-Bucks with me here, of course, so we're going to do a little 0 to 60 pull and see how fast this truck really is with a tune and catless downpipes. All right, so since this is not my truck, I'm just going to do one pull here in 4A, and we'll see what kind of 0 to 60 we get. I'm going to put it in sport as well, do some brake boosting here. Here we go. It's just spinning. I don't think that was a very good launch because traction control just constantly kicked in. We'll see what we got here. Yeah, that's not good at all. That's 6 seconds. That's obviously because it didn't get traction. It was just wanting to spin every wheel on this truck at launch. And traction control's on, so I don't know if it's going to be that much better with traction control off. But we gotta, of course, try it out. So we're gonna turn traction control off here, do the same thing, brake boost a little bit. I hope the owner forgives me for doing this a second time, but I think we can get a whole lot better time. What? Yeah, I know for a fact that time was not better because it was doing all-wheel drive burnouts for at least 3 seconds. That's insane. Yeah, 6.3 seconds. I know it's hard to see this here, but wow. And that's not because the truck is slow. It's because it can't get traction. That was an insane launch. Because if you just do it like a roll pull, oh, it's insanely fast. Wow. Of course, there is such a potential in Raptors because they are twin turbocharged. And it's so loud. It sounds like absolute garbage, in my opinion. I'm sorry if I'm offending anyone here. I'm not trying to do that, but when the owner put these downpipes on there, it was actually more of an experiment because the sound of a Ford Raptor has been so controversial since Ford came out with this second gen Raptor and the V6 engine. It doesn't sound like the old Raptors do. So people put exhaust on them and stuff like that. And my opinion is that you can't make them sound good. You can make them louder, like I said earlier. Because at least me, I've never heard a Raptor with catless downpipes. And I'm pretty sure the owner has never done it either. That's why he did this experiment here. And that is why it's being reversed ASAP, because it sounds like absolute shit. All right, so quick break in the video here today. I didn't think I was gonna be able to put this in today's review, but this is the next day. Not as sunny and nice outside, but they actually put the downpipes, the stock downpipes, back on the truck. So we're gonna do a little sound comparison here. So just to give you guys a quick little reminder, this was of course the cold start with the catless downpipes. And this is a cold start with the stock downpipes back on with the catalytic converters, of course. It still has the Borla S-type exhaust though. You know what, it's still a lot louder than stock, but it's not anywhere near the catless cold start we did yesterday. Of course, we're going to take it on a quick little spin here just to get a sound comparison. Oh yeah, what a difference. See, this is doable. I mean, you can live with this. It's just a little louder, typical, you know, second gen Raptor sound. It's not the freaking obnoxious. I mean, you can't even explain what that really sounded like. It was just so loud. I mean, you'd hear the county away. So I just thought that this would be an interesting cut in the video where we kind of traveled into the future the next day where they have the stock downpipes on, and just see what a difference this is. Okay, but now we're pulling back into Auto Illusions here, and I guess we'll warp back into present day. The looks of those guys, you're like. But the fact of the matter is that there is no truck that comes close to a Raptor when it comes to comfort, luxury, the full package, off-road capability. I mean, the Raptor is the best truck you can buy on the market. And if you put a tune on it, it's even more fun because it is disgustingly fast. It's fast in stock format. Now the 2019 model year has the same 10-speed automatic transmission that was introduced. God, I can't even hear myself talk with this exhaust. For the 2017 second gen Raptor, we have big paddle shifters here on each side of the steering wheel. Really good feel in these, but I find myself not using them when I drive our Raptor, but that might just be me. Okay, so there we have it, a quick review of the 2019 Ford Raptor, and probably the loudest one in the country. Absolutely obnoxious truck. Great in stock format, awesome with a tune, horrible with catless downpipe. So let me know what you guys think of the 2019 Ford Raptor, specifically this one here, and the way that it sounds. Let me know down below. And if you're a Raptor owner yourself, would you do this to your truck? It was very interesting to drive a tuned Raptor because of the problems with traction it had, even in all-wheel drive. It was doing full burnouts. I mean, I could feel the tires just slipping on all four. So the 0 to 60 time didn't improve from our stock Raptor like I thought it would, but in the perfect conditions, this should be a sub 5-second truck. No problem, because it is extremely fast. Very nice tune from Vivid Racing. But with that being said, this is going to do it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you're stopping by for the first time and you haven't already and you want to, Please subscribe. A lot more content coming your way. Thanks for watching. See you next time.